Hey, Darren.
Hey,
How
buddy.
you doing?
Good, man. How are you?
Good, good. It's a little chilly today.
Oh, it's fantastic. This is
We're in
perfect
Jack.
weather for me, man.
Yeah.
This
I
is
get it.
t-shirt and shorts weather for me.
You're like an East Coast person. Like when I lived in Boston, everybody was out, shorts, whatever. They were in
Right.
the cold.
Yeah, but you get the humidity back there, man. I'm like,
Yeah, that
Yeah.
sucks.
yeah, to us. Cool.
Well, look, guys, thanks for joining us. Another thrilling Monday, 2 p.m. with Real Estate Reality, the live stream for Los Angeles. Real Estate here with Darren and Joe over at Urban Hillsides. We're going to talk about the usual. We're going to talk about solds in the last 7 days, new listings in the last 7 days, and we always pick out a topic. And the topic this week is, should you buy in a super hot market? And that's a big, huge question. We're going to try to break it down. We found a really good article that goes really deep. We've got charts and all these things. I don't know if we'll go that deep, but we're going to go through it, and hopefully it helps you out. As I like to say, whether it's 2 people on this stream or 200 or 1,000, we want to help. And if there's 1 person we help here, we've done our job. So before I get too deep into it, Darren, let me do the disclaimer. Darren Hubert and Joe Cloninger are real estate agents at Keller Williams Los Feliz under the Urban Hillsides brand. All opinions expressed by Urban Hillsides or guests on this video are solely their opinions and do not reflect the opinions of Keller Williams Los Feliz. You should not treat any opinion expressed by Urban Hillsides as a specific inducement to make a particular investment or follow a particular strategy, but only as an expression of Urban Hillsides team's opinions. This video is for informational purposes only. All right. So with that in mind, Darren, I guess we can, I wanted to say congrats to clients Jill and Kevin. We're not through the woods completely, but after, what, Darren? A year and a half?
Year and a half. Yeah.
They're in escrow in Mount Washington.
And
We're
it's worth noting that we were in escrow with them when COVID hit. And
that's true.
They decided it was not a good time because of COVID, and they decided, nope, we're sidelining this. But here we are a year and a half later, and it's working out. It's looking good. And it's a much better property than they were considering a year and a half ago. Yeah.
So, trudging on. We're getting inspection reports any day now, and really happy for them. Super happy for them.
Yeah.
All right. So, which leads us into... Let's see here. Let me just go ahead and share. Should you buy a home in a super hot market? Ooh, look at that. What is that? So this comes to us from Housing Wire. We use that over the last couple months for topics. This came out, I believe, yesterday. So one thing, and Darren, you just reminded me about this, the context of this is not about an investment. This is about a home that you're going to live in, that you're going to cherish, that you're using for your family, for your lifestyle. Again, it's beyond just an investment. So that's the context we want to keep this in.
For sure. Yeah. I mean, when you're dealing strictly with investment, and the relevant point there is you are trying to consider timing of things and whether you're hitting highs and lows, and you're talking about living your life. Your life is moving forward continuously. So, the factors are much different and much deeper. So Yep.
Okay. Well, let's get into it as I produce this thing as we talk. All right. The world has been dealing with a significant health crisis since the beginning of 2020. This has provided the American bear troll crowd numerous opportunities to pontificate about a likely long-lasting depression. If you bought into the theories being peddled by this crash cult crowd, who, by the way, have been infecting the discourse of economics since the creation of social media and YouTube channels, then you would have believed that the second housing market bubble crash was imminent during 2020. Wow.
Yeah, but this is an opinionated, a little more opinionated than many of the articles we deal with in the past.
Okay. Yeah, and that's the other thing, right? So we don't always, as I said in the disclaimer, agree with everything. We always put a disclaimer on this. And even for us, this points out some good things, but this may not be our opinion completely.
Yeah.
Okay, but the U.S. economy recovered quicker than anyone ever imagined. Well, almost everyone. Wink, wink. Life is much better today than it could have been, but we are now suffering from what can only be called a first world problem in the U.S. housing market. Here's the problem. In the years 2020 to 2024, Mother Demographics is providing the U.S. with the most significant number of adults of first-time home buying age ever in history. And this is during a time when we are enjoying the lowest mortgage rates. With this 1-2 punch, is it any wonder that the U.S. housing market has outperformed all other economic sectors during COVID-19? You know, Darren, let me do this. I'm going to put this in the chat for people that want to read along.
Yeah, and that's
there we go.
That there is, presented in different ways, and we talk about this generation and its coming of age, and it's time to it's the home buying of this this demographic, and like the largest ever of a group of home buyers are now in the market with the lowest rates possible and low inventory. All of that collectively is clearly what has been driving this market. Yeah. And those people aren't going away. And that's really something to understand. And to start off, I don't even know that we put those two together, but to start off this article by talking about Jill and Kevin, they're in that category. And it took them a year and a half. And, they were on pause there for a while with all the COVID dynamics. But in the end, their persistence got them where they needed to be, and the competition is fierce, and that's what it takes these days to make it happen. Yeah.
Okay. If every cloud has a silver lining, then every advantage has its disadvantage. The advantage of having great housing demographics and low mortgage rates at the same time is that we will have stable demand for homes during this period. Think of it this way. Every time a person buys a home, a potential home buyer is removed from the market for the time that person or family remains in the home. Since housing tenure, the length of time a person stays in a home, has been increasing, that potential home buyer is being removed from the market for a longer time. Because we have the largest number of 27 to 33-year-olds in history now, we can count on a stable supply of replacement buyers in 2020 to 2024. Add to young home buyers, move up, move down, cash buyers, and investors, and we have stable demand during this period. Now, another group there, Darren, I was reading about is, big money, institutional money is moving into buying single-family homes. So it's not just these mom-and-pop investors. There's some bigger fish in there as well.
Yeah, and that started in a huge way after the bust. Those insiders that knew that had the time and could see the future started going into putting a lot of money into single family homes, and they consumed a lot of low price single family homes. But then once they realized these analytics, they're pushing further, and that's definitely a lot of additional pressure and competition out there. Probably a little less in the LA market, though, on the single family side.
It's a little tougher for those guys.
For sure. The return would not be nearly as good.
Okay, so guys, you can check out that beautiful demographic there, that chart. The disadvantage to this seemingly ideal scenario for the housing market is that home prices could escalate to an unhealthy level during this period. Providing housing to meet demand during and following the COVID-19 crisis has created its own set of problems. Shortage of goods and services are evident in everyday life here in America. Shortages of everything from computer chips to lumber, along with shortages of labor to make and deliver goods, means we are paying more for certain items and services. The world marketplaces are negotiating going from zero to full speed to meet demand. The U.S. housing market has had its own unique set of issues transitioning from pre-COVID to the post-COVID world. Since 2014, total housing inventory has been falling, while purchase application data has been rising since the recent bottom in 2014. And this is from the National Association of Realtors exhibiting that. All right.
Right. I feel like they should have put these two together so you can see them in contrast.
Yeah. That's a really good point.
Yeah. So basically from, I don't know, about 2015, early 2015, the applications started rising pretty seriously. And from that same period, there's been a continual trend down, and the biggest drop down, 2020 into 2021.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. COVID-19 made the situation worse because it disrupted the natural equilibrium between supply and demand. Millions of homes went into forbearance. If COVID-19 didn't create the need for the successful forbearance program, some of those homes would have been available. Then, because the world economies were negatively affected by the COVID-19 crisis, mortgage rates fell and have stayed lower for longer than usual. The COVID-19 crisis has kept mortgage rates lower and suppressed inventory, and these two factors have facilitated higher levels of price growth because COVID-19 happened right during the sweet spot for the U.S. housing market in the years 2020 to 2024. When mortgage rates were over 4% in the previous expansion, it never killed demand but kept price growth at bay. When the 10-year yield went over 2.62%, it's when we saw housing demand lose some steam. Don't forget that in 2019, real home prices were negative year over year as the 10-year yield got to 3.24% in 2018. Even though the nominal home prices still grew in 2018 to 2019 with 4.5% to 5% mortgage rates, the rate of growth cooled down and supply was there for Americans to buy without bidding wars. 2018 and 19 were healthy in the sense that supply was there for Americans to buy, and total existing home sales were still over 5 million.
I will say this in regards to, again, a lot of these articles are national articles and perceptions, which are relative across the board. But I think we've had an upmarket even in 18, 19 here, and there have been multiple offers all the way through. It's just obviously kicked up to another level in the last year to year and a half.
Yeah, there it is. Bink. Yeah. All right. If we look back to February of 2020, the housing data for that month shows that the market was heating up after years of slow and steady growth. This was the prelude for what to expect in the housing market for the period of 2020 to 2024 when we hit our demographic sweet spot. COVID-19 put a temporary halt to housing market growth while we redirected our energy toward hoarding toilet paper and learning to bake bread. That's funny. The demand for housing never went away, but the ability to act on that need was curtailed, and some supply was taken off the grid with forbearance and the moratorium on evictions for rental units. Today, I think we have finally hit the nadir in inventory, and we should see increases in inventory and days on the market going forward. For more on this, refer to the article I published back in April about how eventual increases in inventory should cool down home price growth. Home price growth has been driven by an inventory shortage, not a boom in housing demand. If home price gains were due to demand, we would see a concurrent credit boom from all those new mortgages. But we do not see that. As I have stated many times before, during the period of 2020 to 2024, the housing market will have great replacement demand, which is fundamentally different from what we had from 2002 to 2005, which was due to expanding the purchase capacity beyond its normal scope of buyers to include those less financially stable and a lot of speculative buyers. Today, for the most part, Our buyers are the standard vanilla home buyer. We just have slightly more of them because of demographics. This means we have a lot more folks coming into the first-time homebuyer age. Adding to this, the usual supply of move up, move down, cash buyers and investors, and we have stable demand during this period. Unlike the period of 2002 to 2005, when speculation buying was rampant, those looking to purchase today just want somewhere to live. It is sad, and yes, I know this is a first world problem, that they are being forced to compete against 10, 20, and even 30 other bidders for a home. And this is happening in a year when existing home sales will be only slightly higher than last year. We have an increase in the number of buyers and a total collapse of inventory driving home price growth. In the last expansion, the only thing that kept home price growth from taking off was the higher mortgage rates of 4 to 5%. We're currently enjoying the lowest mortgage rates ever, so we don't have that to dampen the market. Yes, there are unhealthy realities of housing for 2020 to 2021, and there's not much that can be done to relieve these pressures. The housing bubble and bust was a real economic crisis and housing crisis. What is going on now is frustrating for would-be buyers, but it is not an economic crisis. Home buyers today are employed with well-paying jobs and adequate liquid assets to support a mortgage payment, even to the point of paying much higher than the asking price. This period in U.S. history of housing is unique, but these problems are those of the haves, not the have-nots. That is a whole other story that we've talked about before. Price gains in the existing home sales market are not the only drama going on in the housing market. New home prices have also escalated. Not just lumber, but the cost of appliances and other supplies necessary for new home construction have gone up. Post-COVID-19, builders have the pricing power to push these costs through to the buyer because their buyers tend to be older and wealthier with higher incomes. To exacerbate this issue, similar to what is happening in the existing home market, new home buyers are moving from high-cost states to lower-cost states and outcompeting local buyers. Here is an example with which I am personally acquainted. In my Irvine, California neighborhood, a one-bedroom condo built in 2004 that is roughly 800 square feet is priced at a tad over $500,000. That would buy you a nice new three-bedroom home in many areas of the country. The new home sales marketplace is unhealthy, but when mortgage rates rise, this sector will get hit harder than the existing home market, like it always does. This won't result in an epic housing crash, but it will impact future construction. When builders sense a decrease in demand, they stop aggressively building to squeeze inventory in order to keep prices stable. This is their business model. Life is going to be much different for the builders in a 4% plus mortgage interest rate world compared to the 3% world. For more on this, check out my housing supply article published last year when I warned that the new home sales sector didn't look healthy. Don't forget that the low bar that housing was working from in previous expansion from 2008 to 2019 is gone. So we have all these price pressures in the new home sales market, with housing starts getting near to starting a full year at 1.5 million, a call that I truly believed could only happen in the years 2020 to 2024. Something that I didn't believe could happen from the years 2008 to 2019. We ended 2020 with 1,380,000 total housing starts. Trust me, if demand gets hit when rates go higher, the builders will slow things down. Capitalism. It's horrible sometimes.
Yeah.
All right. So yes, for both new and existing homes, I am saying this is an unhealthy housing market. In time, inventory will rise because we are not experiencing a massive credit boom, and we have demographic limits on how many homes will be purchased in a year. For the years 2020 to 24, if existing and new home sales combined are over 6.2 million, I will consider that the market has beat expectations. To cool price gains in the existing home market, I am rooting for an increase in the days on the market and total inventory to increase. I do believe this will happen. Price cooling is a good thing, not a bad thing.
Right. That's definitely a pause. And we're typically rooting for, when you have gains over a long period of time, you want that to level out. Even if it's a level out to have everybody settle in and readjust to the new norm and then another increase. If it just continually rises, it gets out of control. And people they do step aside. Hence why you have this article. As it continues to rise, people start questioning, is it speculative? Is it sustainable? So in housing, they always talk about long-term stability being shorter, lesser, or more moderate growth over a consistent period of time. You're always going to have ups and downs, but we've had a lot of substantial growth for a while. And I also support some increase in inventory and some stabilizing where we're at. I hope it happens as well.
The new home sales market, on the other hand, has to contend with the increasing total cost to bring homes onto the market. Lumber has been the big story, but it is not just lumber driving the cost to build a house. Even if lumber prices collapse and the shortage of housing goods is solved, the expense of building homes in some regions of the U.S. is making profitability not an easy task. Construction productivity has been awful in America for decades. Remember, the new home builders with all their costs still must compete with the existing home market. There is a limit to how much they can increase prices. These are problems that are not going to go away unless we can find a much less expensive way to build homes. Even with all of that, new home sales and housing starts have been higher in 2020 to 21 than any period from 2008 to 2019. One question I get a lot is whether this is a good time to buy. Should you wait until the market cools down or pull the trigger before housing prices increase even more? This is both the easiest and hardest question to answer. Let me be blunt. If you need to be told when to buy a home, then you're not ready, because it is not about the marketplace. It is about you and your capacity to own the debt. The end. Millions and millions of Americans buy a home each year, and in 2020 and 2021, more Americans bought homes than any year from 2008 to 2019. Wow. This with the global pandemic and the possibility of the economy in a brief recession. It breaks my heart to see this unhealthy market in 2021. But I console myself with this: Americans are badass. After a few weeks of hunkering down during an epic health crisis, they started purchasing homes again because they needed a place to raise their families and because they could. And they've kept on buying houses in 2021 because they need shelter. These home buyers are not listening to the crash cult fanatics, the YouTube doom and gloomers, or the bubble boys who spend all day crying about the collapse of the housing market, the dollar, and massive inflation. You're not one of those, are you? I know you're not. A lot of that stuff is more for the show. I mean, come on. Housing was supposed to be in a bubble 2.0 from 2012, and the playbook was not seeing housing outperform during this crisis.
Yeah,
go ahead.
So we talk about, one of the way we phrase this is that you can definitely talk yourself out of a purchase intellectually, because there's so much risk. And there are many people that talk it down and want things to stabilize. One of the things we talk about often is, affordability and how that's getting further and further out of whack. And I think what's happening is an example of people adapting to affordability issues. And there are people leaving the bigger cities, going to mid-sized cities and reestablishing those cities, and raising, in my opinion, the cultural value of those areas, but increasing those prices in those areas, as they say here. So yeah, there are plenty of reasons not to buy, but if it's the right time for you personally, then, stay local if that's the right place to be, if you can afford it.
Yep. So, to revisit the question, should you wait it out? First, we need to figure out what you were waiting for. If you can't compete in the marketplace, I feel your pain. Nobody wants to overpay for anything, let alone the biggest single item you will buy in your life. Listen, housing is the cost of shelter to your capacity to own the debt. It is not a short-term or long-term investment. You are buying a payment to sleep with every night and wake up every morning. Millions and millions of Americans buy homes every year to live in. End of the story. So it is the now. It's about the now. We have a few more home buyers in 2020 to 21 than we had from 2008 to 2019. It's not a boom in demand. Heck, 2020 existing home sales only ended 2020 with a roughly 130,000 more homes sold than 2017 levels. We have no exotic loan debt structures, which means that when a person buys a home, they have the financial capacity to own the debt. Lending standards are still very liberal, and tight lending in America is one of the most prolific urban myths of the 21st century. All right.
We hear these charts, and it just to cite one stat that's is interesting to me. They said they allow loans to go 50% debt to income. That's high, but then they always have these articles that say, oh, you shouldn't spend more than 33% of your income in housing. They're always in competition, and whichever side you want to take, you'll cite those stats to justify it. So the liberal side is that they're allowing it to go to 50%. Maybe 33% is the target, but it's just not attainable for many in a big city.
Los Angeles.
Yeah, exactly.
Sure.
Yeah.
Having said that, most Americans buy when they're ready to own the debt. If 2020 to 21 hasn't convinced you of that, then you need to look in the mirror and ask why Americans are buying homes. A home is a place to raise your family in a neighborhood where you send your kids to school and just live life. The obsession over home prices and how good of an investment it might be is kind of missing the point. Keep it simple, it's shelter. That is why Americans buy homes every year. Yes, we have investors, cash buyers, and those looking for a rental yield, and I don't want to dismiss that. But for most Americans, home is just home. Don't ask yourself if you should wait. Ask yourself, are you ready to have a home and that payment? In the past decade, the advantage of homeowners is that they have fixed low debt cost versus rising wages. Hence the great FICO scores. There you go. Trust yourself to know if you're ready to own a home or buy another one. If you feel like you're being stretched financially to own a home, then go with that feeling. That payment that you're buying should make you sleep easy at night, and you shouldn't need to overthink it. If your current housing situation, whether owning or renting, is more comfortable than trying to buy in this market, don't dismiss that thought. You know better about your own finances than anyone else on the planet. I trust that you know what you're doing. I just wish we had more supply, so this hunger housing games wouldn't be so vicious. Don't forget, we are early in this economic expansion. A lot of the economic data, especially in housing, has been wild to the upside, and the moderation in the housing data that I have been talking about since last year is still in its process. This moderation in the data, I am sure, will be misinterpreted by the doom and gloom crowd. We have been through a lot as a country, but I know that America is back from the COVID-19 crisis, and soon we will all walk the earth freely. Economic cycles come and go, and I need to be more focused than ever with housing data because this first world problem is still an unhealthy housing marketplace. Wow. Very honest.
Very long article, but boy, it covers a lot of different angles and things to consider. It's simply put, if you can afford it and if it's a place to live. And the best advice I got when I bought my first house was where do you think your finances are going personally? Do you believe you'll be able to make that payment and then more? And we communicate with clients that maybe qualify for a certain number and end up there. They say, oh, but I'm comfortable with a much lower number. And we work with whatever they're comfortable with. But when I bought my first home, they said, do you think your income's going to grow? Do you think you can sustain this and more? And I believed I could. And that depends on where you're at in your life cycle, in the cycle of your job and what opportunities exist there. So it's all personal. But
I forget, what age did you buy that house?
Yeah, that's relative for sure. I know. I was 24 when I bought my first house.
But my point is, you could look out over 20, 30 years and say to yourself, I can do this.
Yeah, and I'm probably shouldn't even put the number out there on what I purchased it for because, everybody would say, I'm ready to buy 20 of them at that price.
Sure.
So.
All right. Well, great. Let's move on. We will go to sold listings.
Hey, we did have...
Oh, go ahead.
Joe, I had one comment on... I put a note over here. So I want to let you know, we're a member of the California Association of Realtors. And like everything else, they are a lobbying group. Where they're trying to have policy that makes homeownership the most positive impact it can on people's lives. And as they talk about the potential of an increase in the capital gains from 20 to 39%, which is a huge jump. I'm not even going to talk about whether that's good or bad. But one of the factors that included in that consideration, if it would increase, is your income. So CAR, California Association of Realtors, is lobbying to not allow the sale of the house of itself to be a determining factor on your income for that year. And I do support that. That makes sense to me. And the simple example is, let's say somebody makes $100,000 a year, but they bought a house 30 years ago, and they have more than $1 million equity in that house, and maybe they're getting ready to retire and move on. All of a sudden, they're going to get hit with a capital gains of almost 40%, even though their income isn't anywhere near $1 million. And that would be a painful hit if you've basically allowed all the equity in your home to build as a retirement structure, and then you get hit with that. So again, if you're generating $1 million a year and that's your normal income, that's one thing. But if the sale of the house triggers and moves you into that, that's another thing altogether. And they're fighting for that.
The house rich, cash poor.
Yeah, exactly.
Bridge. It's tough.
Yeah, and then they consume, an additional 20% because you were smart enough to, save in that way. That's the way many people save, is to allow the equity to build in their home. And then to get penalized by taking that approach, I think, is bad. So,
all right.
Good to know CAR is working for us on that.
All right. Okay, so off to our sold listings. Let me jump in here. Darren, as I'm pulling it up, any observations as we looked at the numbers earlier? Anything you want to spot out?
It was equal. It's almost equal. 33 solds in the last week. 32 new listings. I think 6 to 7 weeks have seen a good amount more of new listings compared to solds, which, as we talked about in that last article, I was kind of happy. We're seeing some inventory increase. Right. But now it's equalized for this week. There's still some of your properties selling way over. We see a lot more properties selling, for list price slightly over. In reality, 5, 10, 20,000 is slightly over in this market compared to hundreds of thousands, and some slightly under. So we haven't defined if that means people are starting at a much higher point, and that's why. But in the end, the price to sale ratios are, and many of the sales are much closer.
Good to hear. So over the last 7 days, Darren, as you said, there's been some parity between solds versus actives. This period, it was 33 is when we pulled this, and I think it was 32 or 31 for actives, new actives. All right, so what do you want to look at, man? Let's see.
Let's look at Loxley. Let's jump in there. Loxley's a great little street. It's like 2 blocks long. It's one of the best streets to go trick-or-treating on every year.
Oh, this is the one you were saying. Yeah.
Not that I've done that anytime recently, but
okay. So it is 2636 Loxley Place, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,633 square feet, and it's sold at $1,335,000. Days on market 10, and yeah, there we go. List price $1,350,000. So your example.
Sold price, $1,335,000. Sold $15,000 below list price.
Love it.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can see maybe some upgrades, some refreshing, but looks like a solid house.
Yeah, yeah, good size.
Yeah. All right, that was offered by Lorraine Getz. Congrats, Lorraine. Let's move on. All right, what's another one?
Glendale 2656. That is one of the ones that jumped 225 above.
Okay. Glendale. There it is. Ah, and this is that busy street. I think
It is.
Wow. Okay, let's see what it looks like. So 2656 Glendale Boulevard. It is a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,233 square feet. Sold at $1,300,000. Days on market 12, and started at $1,075,000. This was brought to us by Laura Marchetti and Rob Calick. So congrats to them.
Right. And on a main street, sold at the same price almost as the Loxley house, and it's 400 square feet smaller. They're not that far away from each other. It showed well. I think it was more finished. It was well staged. So this is clearly an example of presentation going a long way. Whereas the Loxley house, wasn't bright and white. Everything wasn't groomed as nice. Right. It makes a difference on the sale price. It really does.
Yep.
Yep.
All right. Next, let's see here. All right. Okay.
That's 719 Rosemont.
Okay. Is this affordable? No.
No, it's not. And I would have thought Rosemont would be.
I know. As soon as you said it, I'm like, oh, okay, this will be all right.
Right, I know Rosemont. Yeah. No, and unfortunately, they've reduced it to one photo of like half tree and the pool. They've eliminated photos.
But where did it go? $1,285,000. Oh, and eked up to $1,300,000. All right. 3-bedroom, 3-bath, 1,400 square feet. All right, let's move on.
Yeah, sometimes I'm surprised by prices in various pockets. So I was a little surprised by that one. But we've seen a couple of them. Lower Lafayette, a couple of them that have pushed into the mid 1 point something range that are in more transitional neighborhoods.
Yeah. Let's see. Anything else in Echo Park, Silver Lake?
Westerly, 1475 Westerly Terrace.
Okay.
And that's sold 22,000 above.
Yeah. 1475 Westerly, 4-bedroom, 2-bath, 2,026 square feet, sold at $1,220,000, and that was days on market 34, and that's brought to us by Julio Aguilar, Recap Properties.
So this is a fixer.
Yeah, I was going to say it looks like it needs to be recapped.
Yeah, it's a neighborhood that would command more. I don't have the agent data, but it looks to me like it's units as well, Joe. When I look at the aerial,
Let me look.
And there's multiple kitchens.
Hold on here. Blah, blah, blah. Duplex.
Yeah.
Or duplex, as they say here. 2 homes on a lot with
Right.
parking. So maybe that was a really good deal for a flipper investor.
Could be a TIC on the detached. Is always really nice. Definitely upside. That's lower priced for that neighborhood.
So this brings up maybe a question we haven't answered. So I'm looking at showing remarks, and it talks about please do not go direct as front house is tenant occupied. What more does somebody need to think about there with a tenant, Darren?
Gosh, we don't have enough time on this show.
It's another subject for sure.
Have a professional on your side that understands the dynamics. I'll certainly start there, but it's hard. It's hard engaging with tenants these days, and the laws continually shift and have become favorable towards tenants compared to landlords. So yeah, be aware of what you're getting into for sure if you're buying units with existing tenants.
Yeah, I guess just leave it at this, but depending upon who's in that unit, there might be, and if you want to move them out, there is an extra cost, an extra budget you need to consider.
And in some cases, it's not as simple as who you want to, well, in all cases, it's not as simple as who you want to move out. There are specific guidelines on what is and is not allowed. Things, and here's something that's interesting. We'll see if it happens, but you would say, well, anything could be negotiated. If you come to an agreement, why, then fine. Mm-hmm. But no, that's being questioned these days by the Los Angeles Housing Department, where they're considering it harassment to even offer a tenant to pay to relocate them, which just is mind-boggling to me. I kind of understand why, but it's too big of a broad stroke to just put into that category. Yeah. So, know what you're getting if you're buying units.
So, I've been looking through Los Feliz. There was a deal on Franklin Avenue. $935,000.
884 square feet there.
Let's take a look, just for fun. Okay.
It's clean.
Yeah, 4208 Franklin Avenue, 2-bedroom, 1 bath, 884 square feet.
Is this a TIC?
It sure looks like it. $935,000. Yeah. $250 HOA.
Yep, there you go. It's a TIC.
Yeah, brought to us by Liz McDonald.
Sure. I've learned to recognize some of their standard staples. We don't see very much anymore is butcher block countertops, and they almost always do butcher block countertops.
And they do the shelves.
And the shelves.
Cabinets on the
no
top.
uppers. Yeah, for sure. And the standard subway tiles.
Yeah.
So many of the TICs will have these features because they sell a lot of the TICs. Yeah. Wow. But they're clean. They make them look really nice. They really do.
Yeah, look at that cabinetry in the bathroom. That's really attractive. All right.
Yeah. Cool.
Well, congrats. Did you want to move on to Eagle Rock? I already started seeing.
Sure.
Let's. And I guess just the overall story for Los Feliz, Darren, from what I saw, is not many huge price jumps. Like you said, parity from list price to solds for the most part. So
I'm looking at Ambrose sold 50,000 below. Udell sold 10,000 below list price. They're much closer in range. I don't know where this Jimson Road is. I'm curious about that. That is Eagle Rock.
Jimson Road.
4335.
Okay. Let's take a look.
It's by York and Eagle Rock. Oh.
Yeah, 3-bedroom, 3-bath, 1,008. Well, that's why 1,883, 975,000, and it's another small lot.
It's a small lot. That's why. Yeah.
Who was this brought to? Emily Sinclair. Oh, hi, Emily. We know Emily.
Sure, we do.
Okay. Well.
Oh yeah, we've sold in this complex. It's that complex. That's why I don't recognize it. It's a little.
Oh, it's off
tiny
the street.
Yeah, exactly. Usually, I recognize almost like every single road in the areas we cover.
That's right. Okay. Let's move on. Okay. Let's see. All right. 90. Oh, well, there's Hill Drive. I know we love Hill Drive. Oh, look at that.
I feel like we looked at that last week.
Did we?
Maybe not.
God, it went up quite a bit.
Yeah.
Let's look real quick.
Yeah, I think we did a prediction on this one. This could be the one we could verify.
Okay. I think you're right. Let me look at my list. All right.
A nice herringbone tile in blue in the kitchen. The wood contrast, white countertops. Looks nice.
Let's see here. 1331 Hill. Ready?
Well, Joe, the pattern has become I establish a price and you go like $1 above it. So let's see how it worked out.
No, this one you actually got it. So, but we were still 100,000 below. A million one. Well, 1.45 is what you said.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what did you say?
1.4. I said 1.4.
Got it. 1535.
Yeah. Amazing.
Gosh. All right.
Let's go.
So I will say, and we experienced this this weekend. We just want, as a buyer, we want you to get the best price, and it's we wrote an offer with someone, and we thought, well, okay, you're going to be, maybe you shoot for this number, and gosh, there are just some people coming out that are willing to shoot for the moon, man. I think we were 100,000 off, and we let our clients know, it could go much higher. We'd love to see you get it for this price. And gosh, It was 100,000 above. So, what can you do?
Cazador?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a nice house. I think we may have put a price out on that one too.
Yeah. Let me look. All right. 3770 Cazador, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,460 square feet, sold for $1,350,000, and days on market 18, and list price started at $1,079. So
sure, 270 above list.
Yeah, this is brought to us by Jennifer Cahill and Kurt Wisner. Let me see. We guessed.
Yeah, we've been in that house. I remember that house on the previous sale.
I don't see it.
No? All right.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Next. Okay. Okay.
Let's go to Baltimore.
Baltimore.
This one sold 50,000 below list price.
Okay. Wow, what's going on here? 4769 Baltimore Street, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,366 square feet, sold at $1,100,000. Nice lot, 9,824 square feet. Days on market 6, and started. Original price was $1,199,000. Then it went to $1,150,000. Maybe there were some issues here.
There's some funkiness, man.
Right?
For sure. Yeah. I can't tell in the photos if the proportions are off. There's a really huge covered patio or deck with recessed lightings.
Wow, look at that frontage.
Yeah, and it's got a huge rooftop patio. That's enormous.
Well, this is brought to us by John Kralik at IT Realty.
But a really small kitchen.
Yeah.
It's a single wall with everything on it. Yeah, it's small. So, yeah. Portion distortion.
That's a good way to put it. All right. Let's see.
Tacoma. Gosh, it will be nice to see that thing finished. I assume if somebody bought it, it's going to be finished. It's been sitting there rotting away for like
years.
A decade.
A decade.
No, I'm serious. I think it's been Sitting there half built since the last real estate crash in 2007.
Yeah.
I guess more than a decade.
They were waiting for this moment. Let's see,
Ah,
3552
gosh.
Tacoma Avenue, 4-bedroom, 3-bath, and a tent. 2,351 square feet, they're claiming in the future. 525,000. That's awesome.
That's a good price.
Yeah.
Yeah, for a half built. I'm assuming the foundation is still workable and hopefully approved plans. And
Well, and that was my point. And you can still build on it. You don't have to tear some of it down.
right, building codes could have changed over that length of time. If you have to, you're going to have to tear down all the wood. The wood's not going to be acceptable. This won't be the first place that from that real estate time that ultimately the wood rotted and all had to be removed. But yeah, I mean, it started at $799. So
Oh, they did. Oh, way back.
no,
'Cause I see 585 here.
gosh.
585.9.
Look at this. There's
How many times?
There's two of them. I didn't even realize that. I thought there was two postings that were the same. 3556 Tacoma and 3552 Tacoma. One sold for 575. One sold for 525. Oh, that's even better. The fact that they can now build two houses.
Yeah.
That developer's going to do okay.
All right.
On those rebuilds. So.
Well, congrats to Raphael Dagnesis,
Oh.
XP Realty.
Are you
know
ready for
Raphael?
this? I went to high school with Raphael Dagnesis.
What?
And his sister, Janet Dagnesis. Yes.
Filipino? I feel
No.
Filipino.
No, they were, I believe they were Cuban.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. That's cool. All right. Next. That was an odd one. It's only 33. Anything else?
Gosh, where is that Lowell property? Area
Lowell.
15. Oh, it's only one photo. That's El Sereno. Yeah, there's a Lowell in El Sereno.
All right.
But one photo is boring.
Yeah.
Let's look at Mercury, man. 1.3 million on Mercury. That's
All right. Oops. Bear with me here. All right.
oh, this is not Mercury in El Sereno.
What is it?
This is Mercury in Highland Park. It's different.
Let's take a look. Is this like that's no? This is not it. 1508 North Mercury Drive, 4-bedroom, 4-bath. It's 2,578 square feet of living space. Sold at $1,290,000. I have that fire pit. 11,193 square feet of lot. That's nice. Days on market 11. They started at $1,269,000. So yeah, just a slight up. Brought to us by Joanna Soul and Bradley Holmes. All right.
All right.
All right.
Okay, are we done with solds?
I think so. Let's get into the actives. Okay. Let's get out. Oh, there it is. Oh no. Oops. Get out of there. 7 days news. Okay. Well, 33 listings. All right. Coronado Terrace.
Sure. Yeah, we sold a couple on Coronado Terrace. If this one sells for $2 million, boy, that's a big change since
Well,
early
if
this
you
year.
remember, I think this was a comp that we used on something.
Absolutely was a comp. Yep.
Yeah. And
I feel like it had sold for like 1.7, somewhere in that range.
let's see if we can get this here. All right. I think this had a really nice downstairs area.
It does.
Is that it? Okay. And a good flip. We saw it last. Let's see. All right. So 1339 Coronado Terrace. It's a 4-bedroom, 4-bath. It's 2,068 square feet. It's on the market at $1,999,000. It's on a 5,000 square foot lot. and it's been on the market for 4 days, and brought to us by Carrie Moore of Corcoran Global Living. What does it say here? This gorgeous 1926 English Tudor-style property has been beautifully redesigned and remodeled, creating a luxurious retreat with plenty of charm in a very peaceful setting. The manicured yard leads to an elegant arched entry porch with custom tile, warm metals, and a unique pitched gable roof. The open living room, decorative fireplace, and the herringbone oak floors exude quality with tasteful metal light fixtures and pitched beam ceilings. The oak built-in wood cabinet and antique chandelier in dining room are bursting with charm and seamlessly blends with the designer kitchen, featuring custom cabinetry, something stove, Ilvish stove, Fisher and Paykel refrigerator, designer lighting, mobile marble counter, Grand Island with apron, copper sink, and roll faucet emphasize the meticulous details that make this kitchen superb. Let's see. Outdoor seating area as well as a bonus 18-foot glass studio sunroom cool hangout. Wow. Must see. Offers due 5 p.m. Monday, June 7th. Better hurry. All right.
Wow.
That was quick.
Yeah. So
you think they'd want it out on the market just a little bit more, but surprising.
Yeah, maybe they got an offer already, so they had felt pressure to set a sooner date.
Yep.
It shows very well.
Really well.
Fantastic. Yeah.
Great finishes. Oh, look at that. A little greenhouse thing.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Next.
Well, 3001 Waverly Drive is a beautiful mid-century.
3001. There it is. I forget. Would you call this a fixer?
No.
Just a little update. I'm trying to remember. This is the one. 3001 Waverly Drive, 2-bedroom, 2-bath. It's 1,535 square feet. Listing up on price at $1,535,000. Oh yeah, it's fine. Days on market 4. The original list price was set at $1,399,000. This is brought to us by Brian Fitzberg. Nice listing, Brian Fitzberg.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, super charming. This one's going to sell fast.
Yeah. Let's see. Stunning views of city, LA River, San Gabriel Mountains, with visits from hummingbirds, hawks, owls, and enjoy the song of the Buick's wren that's often singing. Okay. Sounds great.
Cool.
Next, let's see. All right. Okay. What's next?
Looking for something under $1 million here.
Fernwood?
3,
Yeah.
1, 8 million. Sure.
Okay. Hope Springs Eternal here at Urban Hillsides. Okay. 3907 Fernwood Avenue, 2-bedroom, 1-bath, 832 square feet. Listing at $895,000. Small lot, $3,199, and it's been on the market for 4 days. And let's see, brought to us by Richard Cure, at Rodeo Realty, up in the valley. It looks like. What do we say here? Hillside Hideaway. Bring your buyers and experience this wonderful, newly renovated home nestled high up on the hillside and snuggled in a lush canopy of evergreen trees. This home features grounds covered in a blanket of California native landscaping that not only pleases the eyes but offers privacy from the street below. The front deck has views, but over the city, and the rear deck has a treehouse feel to it that will keep you relaxed and serene. Larger than expected newly renovated kitchen has been tastefully done while keeping some of the 1924 charm that makes this era of homes desirable. Original hardwood floors have been refinished and the ceilings have been smoothed out. Located in the highly sought after Silver Lake, Franklin Hills area. Don't miss this one. All right.
Cool. Do you have a different symbol for sold and active listings? We're on active, Joe. I just noticed this sign still says, symbol says sold.
Interesting. I don't know. Here it says active.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
All right. Well.
Okay. Well, that will go up, I'm sure.
Yeah.
It's in a good area. Okay. What else do you see here?
Vendome, but it's south. This is one of those areas that's surprising me on price, but 313 North Vendome.
Okay. Okay. 151. Wow. 313 or 313 North Vendome Street, 2-bedroom, 1-bath, 1,232 square feet, $795,000 on a 4,603 square foot lot. It's been on the market today, just started, and original build 1922, brought to us by Paul Locker.
Okay, so
Paul Locker Realty. Let's go.
Paul Locker chose to put these photos online, and I we all do the best we can, but some do better than others, man. Look at photo 12.
Let's go to 12. Was it the kitchen?
No. That's the inside of the fireplace. That was
important.
With the ashes laying there and burnt on the inside.
Oh man.
Look, photo 16. I thought that was going to be like my Lucky Charms in the background.
Yeah.
Utensils, a little Ziploc bag there laying on the stove. But then go to photo 18, a close up of the sink with the dishes in the sink. That's probably the topper right there.
I want to say Paul is a genius, and he is trying to get every bottom feeder here to look at this.
Setting low standards.
There's no reason to take that photo. No, absolutely none.
Look at photo 30, man. There's...
Oh, my God. 27's classic. 30. Yeah. Same room. All right. Let me try to read and see if he's got an excuse here.
You're right. You might be right, Joe. He's a genius.
He's faster than all of us. It's like Mayweather last night. 2-bedroom, 1-bath, living room, dining area, kitchen, large bonus room, screened-in patio, 2-vehicle carport located at rear of property with additional surface parking behind carport, shared driveway with adjacent property to the south. Great upside potential for this fixer-upper. Some electrical and plumbing has been updated, located close to public transportation, freeway, Echo Park, Dodger Stadium, and more. No excuse. Oh, tenant to remain at close of escrow. All right, that's what I was looking for.
There's something that's off there, sure.
So maybe he had 5 minutes to go through the house and take photos. Yeah.
Right, the tenant made absolutely no effort to help the sale. Gosh, man.
Yeah.
Don't get me started down that angle.
It's important to make nice with your tenants. Yeah.
Well, but they're going to get upset with you if you sell. Is the bottom line. Yeah. Owning a property, I think they want you not to have the right to sell if you own a property anymore.
You know what I'm willing to bet? He didn't even get into the house. The tenants took these photos.
But he had a choice on which ones to put online, Betty.
Trying to help you out, Paul.
No, I know. You're working hard.
Also, 2% commission. So, kind of get it.
Yeah.
All right.
It's all consistent.
Well, yeah.
Let's look at 4108 Tracy. Our buddy Mark Mintz.
Yeah.
There's a listing there. It looks nice.
4108. Where is it? There it is. Okay. So.
Well, these offers were due today as well. That's right.
So, Darren, like I mentioned, this got a little extra press. I saw it on something called Daily Dirt, and it was a TV producer's, I think, first home, and yeah, 1,430,000 for a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,222 square feet on 4108 Tracy Street, 5,004 square foot lot. Days on market 7, and yeah, built in 1946. Brought to us by Mark Mintz at Compass. What does it say here? Endearing 1946, Los Feliz traditional boasts excellent privacy behind its mature landscaping. The home offers 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. The primary bedroom with ensuite bath features French doors which lead to a secluded, private, magical backyard, an ideal spot to enjoy warm summer nights, al fresco dining with friends and family, or just a place to bask in the warm Southern California sunlight. The living area is light and bright and open. A built-in banquet creates an ideal space for dining. Serving meals is a snap from the adjacent updated kitchen. A portion of the detached garage has been converted to a wonderful office with dramatic floor-to-ceiling shelving and a sleek wooden desk, big enough for multiple workstations. This perfect home office or studio offers additional space not included in posted square footage, ideal for working from home with supremely enviable commute. The home is in close proximity to all of the wonderful shops and restaurants on Hillhurst, Vermont, and Hyperion, and provides access to the great schools that Los Feliz has to offer. There you go. Pictures well, looks good. I know we had a client that looked at it, and of course they were comparing it to an offer that they just missed, and I think they just didn't see a lot of options to build out. I think that was it, right?
Sure, they needed a bigger space, and
Yeah.
that's their plan if they get a smaller space. So clearly, some spaces are easier to do that with than others.
Yeah. But it looks beautiful.
Yeah. Well, let's look at a dream. There were 2 of them that are just way up there, like way up there. Let's look at 2020 Serrano Ave.
2020 Serrano. Where is it? Hold on. There it is. Okay. Gosh, reminds me of a listing we had. Reminds me of Lafayette. Okay. All right. Beautiful. 2020 North Serrano. 4-bedroom, 5-bath, 4,335 square feet for the low, low price of $5,695,000 on an 8,400 square foot lot, and days on market 4. Beautiful house. Originally 1925 build, and this is brought to us by Brian McRory and Kenan Earl. Nice pool. What does it say? Welcome to your private oasis at 2020 North Serrano. Dream turnkey living is exquisitely curated by Studio JB Design in this magical Los Feliz residence, which has been featured in Angelino and Belle magazine. This 1920s fully restored design gem embodies the sense of your own mini kingdom with effortless style. The entertainer's dream vision, beautiful flow throughout, and many work-from-home options. Every single square foot of the property creatively utilized. Behind the magnificent entrance is complete serenity, luxe finishes, custom design, and built furniture, privacy, and grandeur. This 4-bedroom and 4.5-bath has it all with attention to detail like no other, with working indoor and outdoor fireplaces, chef's kitchen, heated floors, steam shower, magically crafted landscaping, apparatus lighting, fixtures, home office, home gym, chemical-free swimming pool, pool house, and views of the Griffith Park Observatory from the primary suite. One of the sellers is also one of the listing agents. Well, it's beautiful, so not much to say here. Any other observations, Darren?
No.
Yeah?
No, it's a nice house. Definitely had great curb appeal, and interior photos were good.
Yeah. Okay. do you see out there? Effingham. You want to look at Effingham?
Sure.
Okay. I remember reading the description, and it was about Old Hollywood. So 3747 Effingham Place. It's a 4-bedroom, 3-bath. It's 2,838 square feet. Listing at $2,450,000. It's got a nice sized lot of 15,094 square feet. And let's see, open house. Is that tomorrow? Yep.
Yep.
11 to 1. Days on market 3. Let's see, original build 1935. And this is brought to us by Ross Carter. Nice listing, Ross. Let's see. In love with the golden age of Hollywood. You do not want to miss out on this 1935 traditional gem that has all the charm that comes with homes built in that era. Blocks from Griffith Park and located just north of Los Feliz Boulevard, one of the best neighborhoods in Los Angeles, where you are never too far from shopping, dining, hiking, or your favorite yoga class. With 2,838 square feet of living space, this home boasts a gracious living room with a wood-beamed ceiling and a formal dining room with wainscoting, plus a den that has glass doors that lead out to a spacious covered brick patio, perfect for entertaining friends and family. Just off the patio is one of the best park-like grounds in the area, 15,094 square foot lot, with an expansive, flat grassy yard and multiple areas to create your own garden oasis. Your eyes will immediately be drawn to the beautiful Chinese elm, a perfect place to hang a hammock swing to relax and enjoy the outdoors. Off the updated kitchen is a quaint breakfast room. The bedrooms are all on the second floor, including a master suite with stunning views of the mountains and city lights. The home boasts a wood-burning fireplace in the den, original oak wood flooring, central heat and air, solar panels that are owned, a 2-car garage, and detached work shed. Also equipped with Culligan filtration water system. Home sweet home. Okay.
Yeah, beautiful space. That outdoor space is the draw
for the
sure.
hills. Yeah, that was really nice.
You always wonder about. Second time I've used this today. Portion distortion, but it looks large and expansive. It's 15,000 square feet, but I hope that it's actually that large.
Yep.
So it's great.
All right, we'll check it out very soon. Let's go. Okay.
Well, there's a series of them in here that are under $1 million. There's Jessica's a major fixer. I don't look at that one. Maybe let's see what Ave 52 looks like. Yeah, there's some upside on Ave 52. Let's look at that. Sure. 923 North Avenue 52.
Yep.
Out of area agent. I can tell just from the MLS listing number.
So 923 North Avenue 52. It's a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, 947 square feet. It's listing at $824,900. Lot size is nice at 8,397. Days on market 4. Original build 1922. Nicholas Kosfall is the listing agent. What else does it say here? Charming bungalow home in a highly desirable neighborhood of Highland Park. This beautiful 2-bedroom, 2-bath home is located on a huge corner lot atop scenic Avenue 52. Gorgeous panoramic mountain and valley views can be seen from the property. This home has tons of original characteristics and charm. Walk in and immediately you're greeted with a large living room and dining room space with original rock fireplace and breathtaking neighborhood mountain views. Living space is great for gathering with friends or intimate family dinners. Just beyond the fireplace, you are greeted by the guest quarters with a large, full bathroom and cozy guest bedroom. On the other wing of the home, you enter a great multi-purpose space that can be used as a den, reading room, office, or sitting space for watching sunsets. Continuing through the den, you enter the large private master suite, complete with large closet, bathroom, and scenic views. Stepping outside the home, you have a very well-landscaped yard and garden with beautiful hedges adding privacy to this great lot. property benefits from a large lower terrace that can be easily converted into second yard space or room for addition with possible ADU. The home also benefits from a large basement for storage or bonus space for a workshop. Location could not be better.
Gosh, large wings of the house.
Views.
And there's wings in a 947 square foot house. Good for him, man.
I was thinking that as I was reading it. I was like, shit, how big is this place?
Right.
There are wings on it. God damn.
It's great.
So what would you do with this, Darren? I know you've got some quick ideas.
God. Well, I mean, there's no floor plan in there that I noticed. So, but it's a big lot, and you know, the spaces are a little chopped up. I'd be figuring out where I can how I can help the flow a little better, make sure I get outdoors a little quicker and a little more.
Mm-hmm.
The rooms seem cramped. It's a small house, so it's very livable. But I'd probably try to open up the flow and get outside more.
Got it. I think we walked this neighborhood. I know this house. Yeah. At least there's some flat areas if you did want to build out.
Yeah.
Looks like you could do something.
I find in older houses that the access to the outside, that's where they fell short. More often than not, you like one side door, one back, one front door, and you know, it's not what California living is today. You want to get outside more often, to more patios and outside spaces, see through the house from the front to the backyard.
Yeah.
These are important things in a house of this size.
All right. Well, that's a good deal for somebody. We'll see where it goes. You want to take a bet on this one?
Sure. I mean, it looks livable, although somebody could buy it and expand on it. Yeah, we haven't done any of that yet.
Oh, I should start first.
Okay, that's right. I gotta put you on the spot now.
Yeah. So JC is going to say this is going to top out at $950. DH.
You know, I'm watching the trends. I'm going to say, you know, 9.
Okay.
Yeah.
900. All right.
Yep.
We'll see. Okay. Next.
I've never seen Yellowstone Street in El Sereno, so I'm curious.
Yeah.
75 photos. Oh man, I hope they're not of the kitchen sink with dishes in them. Let's see. Good for him. A 1,700 square foot house for $760,000 with 75 photos. As a realtor, I love to see somebody doing as much as they can. It bodes well for us in the profession.
4445 Yellowstone Street, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,724 square feet, $760,000 list price, 5,854 square feet of lot, and it's been on the market 4 days. And original build 1942, brought to us by Ricardo Acevedo, Century 21, and out of the 909. There you go.
So I'm wondering, I'm trying to find this 1,700. If it's 1,700, it was added on to, because the proportions in the spaces seem too small. But it's a fixer.
Hillside Village, that's nice.
Oh yeah, that's where it is. That's a great neighborhood.
Yeah. Okay.
So this should go up, because it's a lot of square footage in a great neighborhood.
Yeah.
Yeah, no prep.
Flipper on this.
Yeah, for sure. No property prep. So,
Yep.
you know, yeah, it looks fantastic when you see an aerial of the neighborhood. This is worth much more than this. Much more than this.
Yeah.
This will go. Well, I'll let you go first, but
Okay.
yeah.
I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say 825.
You're just teeing me up to win this one.
Yeah. What do we got?
Yeah, I'm gonna say like 975. This one's gonna go way up.
Mine.
No, it's gonna happen.
All right. Whatever. All right. Let's see. Next, what else do you see out there?
Let me see here on Dorchester.
Okay.
Oh, gosh.
No.
Don't do it. Yeah, don't go there.
Okay.
It's it's way too much for that house. This is
No,
an example of some. And this is an Orange County house in El Sereno, and they're asking $1.5 million. It's just no way. Let's do Piedmont. Piedmont was charming. I saw that.
Okay.
I think I know who the listing agent is just by the style and the layout and the area, but let's see if I'm right.
Is it Deirdre?
That's what I'm thinking. It's exactly
Okay,
what I'm
let's
thinking.
see. All right. 5927 Piedmont Avenue. It's a 2-bedroom, 1-bath. It's 1,230 square feet. Listing at $849,000. It's on a small lot of 2,501 square feet.
Oh, it's a small lot, yeah.
Wow. Days on market 6. Original build was 1910. You can see that. And no, Tracy Doe and Victor Montesinos.
Got it. All right.
So let's see. In Happening Highland Park, this charming craftsman circa 1910 has been renovated with care and updated with style. The corner lot home welcomes you with a lovely front yard and porch, an ideal setting for morning coffee. Inside, find heritage elements. Ooh, that's good. Heritage elements. Including beam ceilings, wainscoting, built-ins, and casement windows, bringing showers of sunshine.
Showers of sunshine.
Yeah, that's another good one.
Gosh.
Yeah. The remodeled kitchen features a farmhouse sink, butcher block countertops, blah, 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 blah. Detached studio is extra space you always wanted. Ready to accommodate your office, workshop, or gear storage.
I'm going to remember that one, Joe. Showers of sunshine.
Yeah. That sounds great.
All right. That's why you pay the big bucks. Raper is another one. Gosh, another one under. This one's under 800,000.
All right. Raper. I don't like that name.
No, Raper. No P in there.
Oh, excuse me.
Right. That'd be a bad name. Yes.
Raber.
Yes. I think I would avoid buying a house even if I liked it. Just if that was the name of the street, man.
Well, this looks good.
It's okay,
Let's see here.
but it's a good price.
All right. Okay, let's hit it. 5632 Raber Street. It's 2-bedroom, 2-bath. It's 1,017 square feet. Very charming. It's listing at $778,000 and nice sized lot. 5,945 square feet. Days on market 6. Wow, look at that fireplace. 1912 is the original build. This is brought to us by Charles Picker. IXA.
Charming front. Inside needs some work. Nice backyard. If it, flows into the backyard, the gradual hillside. It just seems inviting from the exterior.
Yeah.
The inside, maybe needs some improvements, but it seems inviting.
I'm just trying to look at the adjectives at this point. Let's see. Lush. No, but it's a good price, and it's a very charming house.
Wow, the next 3 are also under $1 million. Look at that. That's amazing.
Do you want to take a shot on this one?
On price? On
Yeah.
Raber? Sure. Let's say, I'm going to say 830.
Okay. 5632 Raber. DH says 830. And JC says, nah, I'm going 9. Yeah. Okay. All right. Next is, Darren, this is another conversation, but if you guys follow us, I'm trying to fix my mom's house to sell out in Riverside, and it's looking good, but I don't, for now, have any staging plans. I could use it, but I was thinking of digital staging. What do you think, Darren? for my purpose.
Well, there are 2 points to staging. Number one is staging creates an emotional response. And It gives people a vision where it might be lacking. So, and sometimes even if you have a vision, maybe the vision that's created by the stager is even, better than you could have envisioned.
Right.
That's one reason. Now, when you do digital staging, I think there's a bit of a letdown.
Sure.
When you show up. Staging can also hurt a property if it's staged poorly or creates the wrong vision.
Yeah.
That's always interesting.
Well, again, being 60 miles away, I'm like, should I do it? Should I? We'll see at the end. But I guess, will it get somebody to the property? And as you're saying, they're going to have to reset their expectation. That'll have to be the leap,
When they get there. And it will work better in some areas than others. I mean, as we scroll through these photos, we see it in some of these listings. It's typically not a local Northeast agent that's doing it. But it works better. It might work in Riverside. I think it will.
We'll see. All right. Anything else? I saw Griffin. I don't know if that's...
Yeah. No. It's all right. I think we're good, man.
All right. Okay. Well, guys, let me get out of here. Thanks for joining us again. Please spread the word to your friends, your associates. We're here to help. One thing I wanted to mention, and it's kind of new, it's coming soon, is a condo that we're working on in a beautiful community of Montrose. So look out for that. What would you guesstimate on that, Darren, in terms of timing? 3 weeks?
Yeah, maybe about 3 weeks. It's going to need some work, but it'll be move-in ready. Could use some improvements, but it's below $600,000 in a fantastic building and a great location. Very walkable.
Very walkable. Extremely walkable.
Yeah, nice neighborhood.
All right. Well, great, guys. Have a good week. We'll see you real soon. Take care. Bye.
Bye.
See you now.